What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So iOS 13.3 just came out and we're going to take a look at it on the iPhone 8. Now it's been a minute since I've talked about an iPhone 8 update in a while, and iOS 13.3 wasn't an insanely huge update, but it was kind of big. It brought a couple bug fixes and brought a couple features as well, which is really cool. Now this update did come out to about, actually all my devices, it was about the same. It was around like 400, 500, it was more so like 400 megabytes as you can see here. This one was about 427 megabytes, so not a crazy big update, but make sure you have at least a couple hundred megabytes saved on your iPhone 8 before you go and update. This one was coming from iOS 13.2.3. Now luckily for you, if you do have an iOS device on 13.2.3 that's an iPhone 8, you can still jailbreak on this version, which is really cool. You just have to make sure you put your phone on DFU mode before you go and plug it in. Now I'll go ahead and run through a couple of these bug fixes, but I will put all these bug fixes that I have in the description below so you guys can go and look through all of them if you want. Now one of the main fixes was actually with screen time. So this is one that's hyped up a lot, but me personally I'm really not going to use it. I don't know if you are, but basically you can now limit the amount of time that your child can call, FaceTime, or message. So if you really want to micromanage your kids like that, you have that type of functionality with iOS 13.3. Also, you can go ahead and change the contact list for your children's, which lets parents manage the contacts that appear on their children's devices. I'm reading this straight from the thing. So you have that capability now, which is really cool. One of the main issues, one of the main actually features that a lot of people were having or wanting with iOS 13 which is 13 in general, which I think Apple might have hinted at, but they never really did, is being able to create another video when you edit a video. So I don't really have any videos on this device right now, but if you were to trim a video down or something like that within iOS 13.3, you can now actually save your video as a separate video, so not the same one. So you can have multiple copies of the same video, which is really cool. If you want to keep the main one, but you want to edit it down a little bit, you have that capability with iOS 13.3, which is really nice. Now within Safari, you actually have another really cool feature, which we can now have the ability to have compliant security keys in Safari with third-party devices. So I'm not really too sure what exactly this entails, but if you have an NFC USB or Lightning FIDO2-compliant security key, you can now use that within Safari. So I'm sure if you needs to put in a password or something and it's on a card or something like that, you have that capability to change and plug in your device and have it working within iOS 13.3. So that's really cool if you need that type of functionality. And another issue that was fixed, it's actually two that are kind of the same thing. So sometimes people would go ahead and take screenshots, and if you sent them through iMessage, sometimes they would be blurry. Now that is not the case. Apple went ahead and fixed that. And another cool little issue is that when people would go ahead and mark up, something on their thing, for some reason, sometimes those screenshots would not be able to be saved on your device. So Apple went ahead and fixed that too, which is really cool. Now I did run a benchmark, and on the previous version I had a small tech work score of 310,613, and I just reran it. And luckily it was working on here. On a lot of my devices it wouldn't even open. I had a multi-core score of 315,807. So it did go up a little bit. I wouldn't go and update just based off the speed increase itself because it really hasn't really changed that much. It's about the same. But I would definitely update if you want to have a more secure device and a bug-free device. And again, you can jailbreak on any version, so it doesn't really make any sense not to go ahead and jailbreak it or update it at least. So that's pretty much it. I would highly recommend you guys to update. No random reboots, nothing like that. I'll go ahead and drop speed tests tomorrow of how the iPhone 8 compared to iOS 13.2.3 and 13.3. So let me know if you guys have any questions in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it would mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.